Ash Lane here, coming at you today to talk about the Eagle Artillery. So some people call this fierce eagle a pigeon, and I don't think it's fair to the poor eagle. So today, we're going to talk about ways to fix it. So some of you might already be cynically asking, Ash, it doesn't need fixing. Why do you say it needs fixing? Now, let me just start off by saying I was wrong. The Eagle Artillery, I said right when it came out that I thought it was much too weak, and I thought it was a non-factor, and I didn't even think it was worth having. I didn't even build mine until about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But guess what, guys? It is a factor, and it is not inconsequential on defense. It certainly does do a significant amount of damage. The problem is it doesn't do a heck of a lot of damage to the tankier troops that we thought Supercell wanted to get us away from using these total just, drop some golems and some witches and then watch them go to town. Now, I must admit that there is certainly still strategy involved, but to me, the strategy level in the game right now, in the high-end game, is pretty much exactly where it was pre-Town Hall 11 update. Now, obviously, Town Hall 9 got a little bit easier, Town Hall 10 got a little bit easier, not easier enough for my liking, but I'll touch on that in a second. Let's focus on the Eagle Artillery for now. So I have a proposal. So I called this jokingly Ash Rambles because, you guys know by now that I put out a video like this every so often where I have some crazy ideas on how to fix things, and let's be honest, more often than not, they are not listened to because who am I? Just some crazy rambling guy on YouTube. But hey, whether it be coincidental or not, I have had some ideas in the past go into play in the game. So let's go ahead and talk about the viability right now as things stand with the Eagle Artillery. So as I said right in the beginning of the video, I was wrong. I think that it is, how do you measure the viability or the strength of a defensive unit? Well, of course, it's by the amount of attention you pay it as the attacker, right? And I don't know about you, other experienced Town Hall 11 attackers out there, but for me, I definitely take the Eagle Artillery seriously and I take it into account. It's not a non-factor. It's not like I put the value right now, certainly over an Expo, for example. But my problem mainly with the Eagle Artillery is that it's not powerful enough for me to adjust any of my strategies. Sure, if I'm going to queen walk, sure, I'll try to take out the Eagle Artillery if possible, but it's not a necessity. You don't have to do it. So here is my plan for fixing or altering the Eagle Artillery. Now, notice I didn't say buffing or nerfing the Eagle Artillery because what I plan to do is kind of a balance. I want to give and I want to take. So what do you mean, Ash, give and take? I want to give the Eagle Artillery more damage, right? So my idea would be to give it a significant damage boost. I'm not sure exactly how much. That would be up to the developers, of course, in my pretend scenario, right? But I would give it a significant damage boost, maybe 2 or 3 times the amount of damage, so that when this thing activates, you are in trouble as the attacker. You're in so much trouble that the attack might be lost at that point by the time this thing activates because it's doing a lot more damage. But on the flip side, my idea would be because you're adding 3 times the amount of damage it's doing now, what I would do is make the activation cost higher, or make it activate after more troops than it currently has are on the board. What this would do, in my opinion, is really promote the 2-phase attack. We have not seen that happen so far, so there's not a 2-phased or 3-phased attack where the one objective is to take out the Eagle Artillery, the next objective is to take out the Town Hall, like we kind of thought we might be seeing at ClashCon. So right now, as things stand, it activates after 150 housing spaces have been deployed. Now, on top of that, each hero is worth an additional 25 spaces, each spell is worth an additional 10 spaces, and each dark spell an additional 5 spaces. So, I would increase that 150 all the way to at least 200. Now, keep in mind here that you're not talking about a 240 maximum space, you're talking about well over 300 when you factor in spells and heroes. So I would make it more north of 200 for activation, and then you start to think of all the scenarios that could feasibly happen if that were the case. I mean, just think about it. Now the defender could place a bunch of Teslas or high hit point storages around the Eagle artillery, or even, really overload the traps near the Eagle artillery in anticipation of the attacker going in to take it out before it activates, because it's so powerful now, but it takes longer to activate. So these are just some of the scenarios about Eagle artillery that I think might be able to, actually benefit. Now, another idea I thought of is maybe making the activation cost a little bit lower as you level up the Eagle artillery. So in other words, Eagle artillery level 1, the activation, troop activation would be 240. But then Eagle artillery level 2, the troop activation goes down to 215. These are just ideas that I've been thinking about because I geek out on these things and I love thinking about Clash of Clans and what can make it possibly better and more challenging, both from the defender and the attacker's perspective. So guys, I'm interested to hear what you think of this. And before I let you go, I should reiterate one last time why I even think it needs to be changed. And that is because it's still the spammy, same old strategy where you're spamming golems, you're spamming dragons, no matter what it is, you're spamming it and you're succeeding more often than not. Also, it's relatively easy to 3-star at Town Hall 11. Certainly easier than it is to 3-star a max Town Hall 10. And that doesn't really make sense. There's a lot of ways we can go about changing that. But you know what? We'll save those ideas for a future episode. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and thanks so much for supporting the channel to all you Patreon supporters out there. I just can't thank you guys enough. I'm over in Ken Vegas right now visiting them. You just saw, congratulations. They just hit level 8 clan. Very good for them. We just won a war, and I'll be bringing you that recap tomorrow. Guys, thanks for watching so much, and as always, take care. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Just a few ways you can help the channel out. Number 1, like. Number 2, subscribe. And number 3, comment. Tell me what you think of the video. I really appreciate it, guys, and it really helps me out a lot. Also, you can find me on social media. I'm active every day on Twitter at clash_with_ash, and on Bindle chat group #ClashWithAsh. And as always, you can find me on my website at www.clashwithash.com. Thanks, guys.